Hello and welcome to Blueprints. Shit, did I remember to turn on subtitles? Hopefully they did.
I, Herbert
Yep.
S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above
Alright.
provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
That
The
math seems to
location
not
of the
check out
room
quite
is
right.
kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner.
What exactly
Should my
constitutes a timely
grandnephew
matter
fail to
here?
uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Yeah, this is a puzzle game. And it's actually really cool from what I've seen of it. I've seen some stuff, but it's still very much a mystery. Alright, looks like we're in. What is that? I can't see. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one step. When you no longer have any steps left, you'll be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Alright? Oops. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Okay. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. Wait, how am I supposed to go to the 46th room and bring and show proof that I actually found it if I'm not allowed to take anything off of the estate? It's kind of hard to bring proof to them if I'm not allowed to bring the proof off of the estate. And I guess I could just take them to the estate and show them the thing. maybe there's something in the 46th room that that he's told him is only in there that we don't know about. So like, if we show it to them, they'll be like, okay, so you clearly actually found it. So you just gotta bring it to the entry hall since that's still in the estate. That makes sense, maybe. I don't know. You may not stay overnight. Okay? I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself. But it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and do not rely on the successes of the previous day. So I was adjusting the position. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. Excuse me. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Alright. The Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint memory by pressing R2. Memory? Menu. I don't know what I'm saying. Apparently. I want to actually adjust the sensitivity. Let's just turn it all the way up, see how that does. Let's see, right? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. It was kind of slow before for me. Blueprint map. Right, bedroom, closet, hallway. Let's go hallway because if you look at the map, it shows that like if I just taken the bedroom, that would be cut off from going here unless I went up and then around. So it makes sense to just use the hallway, and that opens up extra areas for us to go, and we can try and fill out the map as much as possible. Which seems like a smarter way of going about it. What's to say? Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Okay? Good to know, I guess. Bedroom, closet, pantry. Let's go to the pantry and get some coins. Start off. Probably a good idea. Oops. I'll eat that in a second. Pick these up first. There you go. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay, so we just found the change. Here's banana. Which gives us 3 extra steps. It's nice. Alright. Next room. West Wing Hall. Yeah. That would be great for us in terms of giving us options, but also the note we read earlier said that the doors would more likely to be locked. Let's keep our options open for now. But before we keep going, I'm gonna head back the other way and see where the other two doors lead. Wait, what was that? I think there's ways to set there, but looks like flan or some kind of like dessert like that, and some sand dunes or something. I don't know. It's probably nothing. Oh, crowbar and someone praying. The hands of someone praying. Looks like a priest or something, because you can see there's like rosary beads. I don't know. A queen and an ace. They're probably nothing. It's a puzzle mystery game, so like, oh, the paintings could mean something, or they could just be completely cosmetic. You never know. Yeah, done. Get this gem. Alright. Let's see what's in here. Looks like we're gonna have to cut ourselves off from the last room in the end because of our options. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. You wouldn't really profit from that at all, though, right? Because when you enter the room, it costs a step, and when you leave the room, it costs a step. So it's basically just a free room. You don't lose any steps going into it, going in and out of it, because you get 2 every time. Alright. Close it. Nah, that would completely cut us off. Let's get a key, a key. Especially since we opened the West Wing Hall. What was that? Coupon book. Nice. Save 1 coin on each purchase you make in the estate. Cool. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad or a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal, will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Okay, well, I don't have any paper or anything within reach right now, so I have a notes app on my phone, I'll just use that. Should work just fine. Day 1. Alright. I guess I'll add West Wing Hall. Doors are more likely to be locked. But now, I think that's the only thing we've really found so far that's worth noting. I'm not gonna note down the painting thing yet because I don't know if it actually means anything or not. It's like a sewing pin there and a tree. Yeah, I don't know. Again, those it doesn't really seem to have any connection. I mean, yeah, it's probably nothing. Getting farther and farther away from me, gotta get to this corner, and we're cutting off one of the doors in the den, but we don't really have much of a choice. No matter what, and I'm not gonna go in the bathroom. I mean, I guess there could be something in there, but I mean, why would there be? I don't know. Closet for 2 items, a spare room. Let's keep our options open for now, especially since we just blocked off a door. We'll just do the spare room because it gives us another. Because it replaces the door we just blocked off. Ooh. Parlor, which has a puzzle piece, or maybe just a puzzle. Storeroom, which has 1 key, 1 gem, and one coin, but it's a dead end. Or secret passage leads to a room of a color of your choice. That's kind of interesting. I kind of want to go to the puzzle though. Yeah, because we don't really know much about the rooms or colors or room colors and stuff like that. Clearly, there's something more to the colors than just being random based off of that, but who knows? Yeah, we'll just go. Let's go to the parlor, see what this puzzle is. It's 3 boxes. This statement appears on another box. The blue box is empty. This statement appears on another box. Okay? Let's see what this note says. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate. with the old hams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving three boxes of different colors. Okay, so this is related to the puzzle. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. Lowry. I don't know, let's do its speech impediment. There'll always be at least one box which displays only true statements, okay? There'll always be at least one box which displays only false statements, okay? Only one box has a prize within, and the other two are always empty. Okay, so one true, one false, and only one box of the prize. Okay, so one of these two is definitely these are both true technically. So whatever this is has to be false because this statement appears on another box. This statement appears on another box. Both are true because they both have the statement. Obviously, what does this say? The blue box is empty. Well, that has to be a lie because these are both true. So it must be in the blue. So the prize must be in the blue box. How do you interact with it? It's not giving me an option. Oops. Was there something else over here that I missed? A wind-up key. A component of the poly game. Okay. So that's how you unlock it. Okay. So the wind-up key is a literal key for the box. Not like for Jack in the Box or something like you would expect. Nice, got two more gems. Which we saw in the a second minute ago for rooms. Wonder what the apparently we can buy items based off of the coupon book we got. So that's what the coins are for, and then the keys are self-explanatory. Um, Whenever you enter the chapel, lose one coin. That's terrible. No, why would I take that? Bedroom is just kind of be a waste of a doorway, but we would get 2 more steps. We still have 42 though, so we still have plenty. I mean, technically we're all on track. There's 45 rooms. What 8 steps down? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rooms. So ahead by 1 step. You know. So right now we're kind of ahead. Let's take the closet, see what's in here. Another gem and a key card. It looks like, or some kind of card. Yeah, a key card. Interesting. Wait, there's another photo. Fishing rod and a road. Rod road. Huh. Wait, there's a connection. Rod road. Letter A is missing from it. Wait. Wait. A clock and a lock. C. Hmm. Maybe this thing's the paintings. I'm glad I turned around to look at it. I was like, I might as well. I don't think, because I don't think I had exited the room yet. Technically, I think I was still in the doorway. So I was like, might as well see what that painting is. A pin. But this is a pin in a tree. Oh wait, maybe it's a pine tree. Pin pine. E. So closet had. I already forget. Crap. Oh, it was a road and a rod. So A. Then the parlor had the. Oh yeah, it had a clock and a lock. So C. And the nook has an E. I should put this in the notes. Yeah, that seems more like it's actually something. But it can also just be a red herring. But I mean, might as well note it down. All right. Don't expect it. Oh, and something he said earlier was weird as well on the thing. Right here, we got ours going accidents, right? Which means we can actually look at the skin. Because in the note it says, do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. So that sounds like the rooms change. So how would we spell out a word? If it, cause like it seems like it's pre-spelled some kind of words or something. But if where the rooms are change, how would you spell out words? Because the nut could be next to the closet again the next day, or it could be next to something completely different. Plus, maybe it's not depending on on specific rooms in their house, but where on like the map it is, like this, the whole good thing here. In which case, the Nook, which had a pine tree and a pencil, i.e., is on the bottom of the grid, four over. Bottom of the grid, four over? Question mark. Possibly important. I don't know. Pilo is three up and four across. And four across. Closet is three across. I have no idea this is actually anything. So then, what's this then? It's a queen and an ace. Like I don't like it's where's the one? It's supposed to be a one-way difference there. I don't know what one-way difference could be in queen, so it'd have to be an ace. I mean, because like they're both cards, so it's not like it would be card that you're moving a letter from. And again, queen, there's not really. I feel like there's not really many words that you could make by just removing one letter from queen. Or adding a letter. Ace. Wait, what? I don't know. The problem is I don't really know that much about like poker and cards and stuff like that, so I have no idea if like do these have a specific name I don't know about? I don't know. Well, I'll just think about it. Yeah, I don't know. What's this? Alright, this is yeah, and then this one really just makes sense. It's hands praying with rosary beads and a crowbar. Like, what? Well, again, what's the connection there? I mean, it's praying. I said you. I don't know now. Because the other ones that's actual stuff. Now they do. So never mind. I was gonna say it doesn't really make sense to that. Let's see. I could connect all these up. Yeah. Oh wait. If I do that, I haven't been doing a very good job of this really. I just realized because I'm kind of cutting myself off. After this, I only have. I mean, I kind of have to do this one. Others are just complete dead ends. This at least connects them so that we can get around to it from rooms easier, maybe. Ooh, there's a box. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't have done that because the Westwing Hold was more likely to be locked. It said, and I only had one key. Wait, I have a pair of ivory dice plus two. While drafting, you may use the dice to roll new floor plans. Fuck, and 8 coins. All right. Right, then that's the den. Just random piles of dirt. A plane. and the blueprints for the house. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe okay. I'm not gonna delete the notes, but maybe that is just maybe that those were just coincidence. 'Cause I don't really see how these ones are matching up. I don't know. But it doesn't. It's kind of late, so my brain isn't fully there, especially because it was looking up to a good chunk of the day today. But I don't know. Quarter was always left unlocked. You should probably do that, yeah. But plus, I don't want to lose a coin because we don't have any keys right now. A boat and a crow. Maybe it does have something to do with. Maybe it can be either what it is or what it's meant to do because the only thing I can think of with how a crow could relate to this, or those, I think, is you row a boat, so crow row. In which case, the thing I was going to say earlier isn't so far fetched. Because I was going to say, when you use a crowbar, you use it to pry things open. That's the thing I could think of is like, yeah, like Jude's holding his hands together. If it's a priest holding his hands together, like rosary beads. Pray. It's pray, pry. Alright, so yeah, maybe there is more. Hold on. But then what was the plane in the blueprint one? I don't know. Corridor. Let's do the corridor first. We're out here. Corridor. Three up. Far left. And it was. Right. Crow and row. So another C. Crow and row. So another C? Guess you what? The problem is like. Because I like puzzles and stuff in games. But also going into this knowing that it's a puzzle game and everything. Because I've heard that like some of the puzzles are also like really complicated. Because like I've had a few things out of the game, like I was saying, and so like this could be something. This could be like some big complicated puzzle, or I could just be reading into it too much and just imagining stuff because my brain is just like, oh, maybe everything has a secret. I don't know. Maybe I should just go around for now and just like see what it has to offer. Okay, well, definitely not taking the dead ends, obviously. We could re-roll. We have 8 coins though. Let's see what the shop has. Because that's what commissary is. Commissary is her shop. Yeah, it also it even literally says items selling. I think I'm an idiot. That's like the actual definition of the word. I wasn't looking at the description. We can buy a gem for 3 coins, a salt shaker for 5. I would be. What does a salt shaker do? A shovel for 6. Ooh, for the yeah, let's do that because if we go back to the courtyard, there was a bunch of piles of dirt which we saw, which I thought was odd. I guess that's why, because we can dig. Maybe there's something in them if we dig them up. Ooh, yeah. Pebbles, a few old pebbles not even worth picking up. Well, that was worth the steps I just wasted. It's so good this one. An old shoe, a worthless old shoe not worth picking up. Well, that was a waste of money and steps apparently. I'm down to 28. Oof. We were doing so well starting off, but we were walking back and forth so much. We're not really doing that well anymore. We have 28 steps left and 32 more rooms. Well, not that far off, I guess, if we can get some extra steps somehow. Like maybe if we find more food, like the banana we found in the pantry. But oof, utility closet with a breaker box. Why would we need to mess with the pallet though? I mean, we don't want to get it right now anyways because if we do, we can't go anywhere else. I think we have to take the chapel. Because we go to the kitchen, we just have one more room we can go to, and then we're screwed. I guess we could re-roll. But then there's the risk of getting only rooms that don't lead anywhere. We can't really do much with 3 coins anyways. Let's just use the chapel and get multiple options. Let's go to the right first. See what this, because we can get it. We can actually use one of those dead end rooms over here because it won't lead anywhere else anyways. Might as well. Maybe we'll get the utility block, the utility thing, be able to see what we can do with the power. You know what? I need the extra steps though. What's the boudoir do? It's probably like the bedroom, so it also gives you steps. Because like I mentioned because like the secret passage thing is like, oh, leads to a room, leads to rooms that gives you leads to a room you're choosing, a color you're choosing, and like the only reason, and like the blue stuff, like the blue ones seem to always have some kind of item, or almost always. The purple bedroom gives you steps, so maybe the boudoir gives you steps too, and the halls, or the orange ones, always have multiple doors. The green ones seem self-explanatory, even though we've only gotten one so far. It's just, it's like it's a courtyard. It has plants and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, you should save the bedroom though, because it also has a door. The bedroom and the boudoir though, even though we're low on steps, because it has extra doors that you might need later. So yeah, let's just get rid of the dead end room. A coin, key, and a gem. Yeah, a tie, and a cake tray. Yeah, okay, well back to one that makes no sense to me. Like that's that's clearly a tie. What else? What else could it be? Like a shoehorn, maybe? The shoehorns don't usually have like a strap like that. It looks you can like you can like it looks like a tie. Like you can see the folds there. But it's a 3-layer cake tray. I Does those have a I don't know. Actually, I didn't check here for one either, and there's a couple. I didn't check any of the other. I haven't been checking recently. I don't think. Yeah, like I didn't check in here. I don't want to waste the step now going back in there, unless we have like money or something to buy something. It feels like kind of a waste, especially since, again, I'm not even sure if it's actually something or if it's just like a red herring. Because like puzzle games always have to have some kind of red herring, yeah. So you focus on the wrong thing and your pads out the runtime and everything. Just leads you down the wrong path, so that you spend more time playing the game, try to figure stuff out. And and red herrings are themselves kind of a puzzle because you gotta figure out, like the secret about it. There's really no secret at all with them. I don't know. Passageway, sure. If we get three ways, unless one of the doors is locked. Let's go here first, because this is, yeah, it's a corner. First, you are more likely to draw red rooms while drafting. Do we want that though? I mean, the last red room we went to was bad. It takes away our coins. Ooh, security. Ooh, view inventory of all items currently else. That's not that good actually. It looks like it's cameras though. So you can see on them. Maybe like the answer to like a puzzle or something on one of the cameras. Like we look at it. I don't want to. What's the door wasted though on the thing? Could just get the. We need the steps. Let's get the guest bedroom this time actually. Is there anything good in here on top of that? Another letter. I need to be looking out for letters as well. I might have missed some. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of dots to play your variation. Hoping you held them through shortly. Okay, so there's a game in the billiard room, a puzzle that's related to math and does not, and you do not need to know the rules of dots to play it. So it's related to dots somehow, but you don't need to know the normal rules for it. All right, that's good. That's good because I don't actually know the rules of dots. I never really played them. I mean, I've thrown dots at a dartboard before. Like just at one point, like as a kid, there was a dartboard in one of the rooms of a house, but I was never really good at aiming. I didn't. I didn't. I never actually learned any of the rules or anything. It's just like, ooh, I can throw dots at this. Cool. Oh, I missed. We should probably go this way, right, towards the antechamber, because it's the only other. Dang, it's locked. Because it's the only other room in the house. It looks like that. Other than the entrance hall stuff that was already marked on the map. So clearly it's important in some way. Before we use the key, let's see if we can go through here. Yeah, it's unlocked. Boiler room, power source. Interesting. Wait, room, lose half your steps. No, that's terrible. Again, it's a red room. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Red is usually bad in games. Yeah. It's like a warning or something. So red rooms are bad. You do not want them. So yeah, the first one is terrible. It's like, oh yeah, do you want more? You want more rooms that'll take away your stuff? No. Boiler room or the dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. This isn't the automatic passageway rank 5. Oh, and we're 5 up. Okay, so the ranks are how high up you are, I guess? Well, I mean, we're getting so close, so we could get it. We could get the boiler room and see what that's about. We kind of need the steps. It says a meal is. We kind of need steps, so it says a meal is served. Vanera give us food. Surely the meal would too. So maybe we do that, try and head it further up, see if the doorway here is unlocked. I mean, we can have this too, but we don't get the meal possibility. And we haven't really seen anything so far that would need power. So we don't need a power source right now. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a dinner tray here that we can't interact with yet. But I guess we'll be able to after you reach the thing. It's called the antechamber. Not seeing anything here. This again, I don't know what it is. A tiger. So whatever this is, it's one letter off from both tiger and what was the other one? Thai. What what name for a cake tray is one letter off from both tiger and a Thai? It's not like my mom might know this because she does like baking and stuff, but she's probably asleep by now. I don't want to bother her. Plus, I feel like it's phoning your friend, kind of cheating. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have much experience of like cooking and stuff, and well, I guess knowing the names of stuff you put up a tray wouldn't really be that related to cooking, even though it is a dessert. But it's a tray for a dessert. But I don't know. Maybe if I knew more about cooking, I would know what it was. Maybe I wouldn't. Let's see. It's this way. Is up. Dang it! That's locked too. What's down here? Might as well explore my options. If this is locked too, I'm definitely going the other way. It's unlocked. Okay. Ooh, this billiard room. We could do that. It blocks us off though. Kitchen, on the other hand, food for sale. We might be able to get some food, get a little extra steps, and it's not a dead end. We can go right. Maybe we'll be able to finally make it all the way back down to the corner that we ended up having to skip because I didn't have any rooms that went straight. Ooh, that'll be the last gem though. I could also redraw. Yeah, let's do that. Secret passage, which would be a dead end, right? Wine cellar, which would be a dead end, and bedroom, which would be a dead end. Dang it. 3 extra gems though. We might end up needing those. Yeah, let's do that. Sucks getting a dead end, but it's probably that. But ooh, there's a dig spot. Why is it? There's a hole in the cellar like that. An oversized tub. Should we do it? Stack 6 steps. Nice. What is this important? I don't really know my numerals very well. M, I think, but I think M is like a million, isn't it? What's that 1,000? I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm not gonna like look it up or anything, but I'm gonna take a picture of this in case it's important later. I might have to look up how Roman numerals work at some point, but just like because like I said, I don't really know my Roman numerals. I know 1 through 10, obviously, but and a little bit further than that, but not much. Plus, the crest could also be important. I can't draw anything because I don't have paper, so it's not like I can just draw this on like a notice. I can't like draw this or anything to try and keep track of it. So a picture is really just the only way I have of keeping this image and keeping track of this in case this crest is somehow important. Anything on these shelves? Like a theater, like a stage or something, and some kind of flower or plant. Well, stage. If it's is theater a stage? Well, I don't know what plants would be like a theater. It can also, I guess, it can also be play. How does a lot of things can be? It can be play, opera, theater, like I said, stage. Well, the only plant I can think of if it was stage is sage. Which I don't really know what sage looks like. This it could like look like this, or it could look like something else. We could mark that down for now. Stage and sage, maybe, but like, it could be something else. I don't know. Especially because, like I said, there's so many different words for this that you could use, and I don't really know plants that well.